Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's EST matchup between the Harrisburg Tigers and your host, the Brookings Bobcats. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We encourage you to support your team in a positive manner while pursuing victory with honor. Please enjoy the game and support these student athletes while modeling good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please stand and join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by the Bobcat Pep Band under the direction of Isaac McMahon. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now, let's please say hello to the Bobcat cheerleaders. Kira Steinhauer, Ruby Simmonsbach, Morgan Caldwell, Gracie Knudsen, Grace Lesnar, Olivia Hawks, Grace Rostad. The Bobcat cheerleaders are coached by Hannah Simmons. Now, let's meet the lineups for tonight's matchup. First, the starters for the visiting Tigers. At guard, 6'3" senior number 2, Ethan Deverman. At forward, 6'5" senior number 4, Parker Stanford. At guard, 6'3" junior number 11, Braden Van Rocker. At forward, 6'4" senior number 23, Maxwell Vincent. And at guard, 6'4" junior number 24, Jacob Manning. The Tigers are coached by Scott Lenrock and assisted by Andy Tongjon, Darren Dolly, Greg Hammerquist, and Terrell Figueroa. And now, the starting lineup for the Bobcats. At guard, 5'11" junior number 4, Austin Clark. At guard, 6'2" senior number 5, Ryan Bauman. At guard, 5'8" senior number 10, Sam Conrad. At center, 6'5" junior number 11, Corey Burns. And at forward, 6'2" senior number 22, Nathan Leese. The Bobcats are coached by David Horvath and assisted by Jared Hunterberg, Joe Fulmerson, Carter Holm, and Zach Jordan. Your officials for tonight's match are Chad DeYoung, Steve Steckel, and Jeff Henford. Let's play some ball.
Brookings Health System, Kubota, Dakota Bank, Siouxland Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, and Avera. The opening tip is won by the Harrisburg Tigers. They've got the ball first. Stansberry goes down in the corner. Back out to Stansberry. Now he hands it off to Van Bakken. Top of the key they go for Merriman. Merriman dribbles, goes to Van Bakken in the corner. Three is no good. Weak side board grab by Bauman. Gives off for Lease. Lease brings it up. Now gives it to Clark. Clark leaves for Conrad in the backcourt to start the offense for the Bobcats. Top of the key to Lease. Dribble, goes down in the corner. Clark left open, hoists a quick one, no good. Weak side board is grabbed by Van Bakken. And now bringing it up is Merriman. Merriman dribbles down the left side of the lane into the front court. Dribbles, backs it up, now spins, turnaround shot, no good, strong rebound, fought for, grabbed by Merriman. He kicks it in the corner for Stansberry, who airmails the three, and Burns comes down to the board. Clark pushes up left side for Conrad. Conrad dribbles toward the corner. Guarded by Van Bakken now dribbles into the backcourt to start the offense. Pass left side, Clark, 18-footer from the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound is taken away from Burns and picked up now by Knudsen. Knudsen goes up to Merriman, down in the corner. Van Bakken for three, no good. Rebound tap, now Clark has it. He'll bring it back up. He scoops it up ahead for Conrad. Conrad into the front court, down in the left corner. Out of the backcourt, Lisa, deep three. Nothing but net for Lease over the top of Parker Stansberry. And the first shot of the night goes. It is 3-0 Bobcats.
Somebody was going to score.
Man, Gatling gun of shots going up here in the first couple of minutes. In the backcourt, Knudsen lobs it in, and good backside position on it. Clark did Jacoby Merriman, and a nice lob pass, and he has an easy bucket. Clark on the right wing on the other end now. They lead by one to the Bobcats. Conrad tried to pass it down in the corner, tipped away by Merriman, intended for Bauman. Bobcats keep it. 6:09 to play here in this first quarter. Conrad to inbound. Gets it in the corner for Bauman. In the backcourt for Conrad. Man-to-man defense by the Tigers. Left wing pass, Lease, thought about the three, hangs onto it, dribbles now, spins down the left side of the lane rather. Gets double teamed, picks it up, almost lost it, goes to Burns in the backcourt. Top of the key to Conrad. 5 on the shot clock. He splits a double team. Defenders with the pass to Burns. Burns had a good look, left it short off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down for Knudsen. He'll dribble it up to the other end. Goes back door and finds a wide open Detterman. He puts it up and in easily off the window. It is 4-3 Tigers. Conrad, left wing pass. Lee's thought about another deep three. Down in the corner he goes for Bauman. He'll drop it. Below the left block for Burns. Burns dribbles, kicks it out top of the key. Conrad for three. No good. Rebounded by Merriman. Merriman dribbles up now. And he's going to go against Clark. Dribbles into the lane, kicks it out to Van Bakken. He'll dribble, goes right wing. Three for Knudsen, in and out, no good. And Burns grabs the miss. Now Conrad brings it up. Coming up on 5 to play in this first quarter. 4-3, Tigers lead. Bobcats with the ball. Conrad gets a pick from Burns, dribbles to the right wing, goes top of the key for Clark. Clark hesitated, then almost shot it, held onto it, kept his foot on the floor. On the right side to Conrad. In the backcourt, Clark. Dribbles to the left wing, gives for Bauman. Looks inside, nothing there, back to Clark. Top of the key, Lease. He dribbles to the elbow, kicks it out left wing. Bauman for three, no good. And strong side rebound. Had Burns gone after it right away, he would have been able to chase it down, but he thought somebody else was out in the corner. And by the time he realized nobody was there, it was already too late and he went out of bounds.
It seems as though there's always somebody in the corner. Like you said, he just kind of assumed somebody's there to get it, and then he saw there was nobody, so that was kind of his chance to go get it, but by that time...
Yeah, it was too far away. Merriman brings it across, leaves for Van Bakken. And he goes left side for Detterman. Down in the corner for Knudsen. He'll lob it inside for the big man. Cam Phipps, who just came into the game, a 6'6 junior. He'll be fouled on the entry pass. Burns picks up his first foul of the ball game.
Yeah, and that's again one thing Burns is going to have to do a better job of. He's the last guy Brookings can afford to get into foul trouble just with that size that Harrisburg brings. So Burns is going to have to work a lot tonight.
Merriman inbounds the ball to Detterman, who's wide open in the lane for an easy bucket, and it's 6-3 Harrisburg. Ben Moret in the backcourt into the game for the Bobcats. He passes to Conrad, right side to Lease. Lease dribbles to the free throw line, spins to the right elbow, bounces it back door after being double teamed and found a wide open Moret for a bucket. Cuts it to 1, 6-5. Van Bakken goes to Merriman. Right wing pass for Detterman. Deverman pump fakes, dribbles in the lane, between two defenders, too strong, off the board. Offensive rebound, though, by Cam Phipps, and the putback is good. He's got his first bucket of the night. It is 8-5. Harrisburg, Conrad right side to Lease, down in the corner for Clark. Clark in the backcourt for Moret. He'll swing it left wing now, Lease. Lease dribbles, goes in the corner for Conrad. Looked in for Burns, nothing there. Goes cross court right side to Moret. Top of the key, Conrad. Pump fakes, dribbles to the right elbow, kicks it in the corner. Clark dribbles baseline now and leaves it for Lease, who had good position inside the defender. Deverman may have gotten some contact, no call, but Lease put it up and in off the board. That
Nice
cuts
little
it
pump fake.
to 8-7. 5 points for Lease on the night. And down in the corner, the pass from Van Bakker and is knocked out of bounds by Clark. It stays with Harrisburg. Conrad and Burns sitting down into the game are going to be Jackson Hoffman and Nathan Smith. Braden Feldy into the game for Harrisburg as well. The only player on the team under 6 foot. He's 5'10". He goes in the backcourt for Knutson. Knutson goes to Feldy on the wing. Feldy dribbles to the right elbow, kicks it in the corner. Van Bakker for three, nothing but net, as he had just the space he needed before Clark could recover on defense. 11-7 Tigers. Clark on the right wing now for the Bobcats. Goes top of the key for Lease. Lease holds, looks inside. Now goes left hash for Smith. Smith picks it up, goes right side of the backcourt for Clark. Clark dribbles, passes left hash for Moret. Moret thought about a 27'3". Coaches are probably glad he hung on to that one. Lease goes to Hoffman free throw line. He dribbles down the left side of the lane, takes it up, and he'll be fouled as swiping at it, getting the block up high was Phipps. Must have got him with the body. So 2 free throws coming up for Jackson Hoffman.
It's about time he got a call.
Yeah, no
He's
kidding.
always on
Going
the
his
other
way.
end.
Yeah,
Yep.
no kidding. 57% free throw shooter on the year is Hoffman. He steps to the line, the lefty, and misses the first one. The average is just over 1.5 points per game, trying to cut into a 4-point lead right now. I want to say thanks to Avera Medical. They provide state-of-the-art medical care through highly trained physicians, experienced professional staff, and access to the entire Avera system. Hoffman's second free throw is good. Makes it 11-8, 2:31 to play here. Feldy will bring it up for Harrisburg. Bobcats in a half-court man-to-man defense. Feldy dribbles to the right elbow, pass out on the wing, gets it to Merriman. Left wing pass for Phipps, down in the corner. They go. There's Stansberry, that was Ian Jordan. Ian Jordan bounces it in to Phipps above the left block. He powers his way into the lane against Hoffman, puts up a shot, no good. And on the rebound, we're going to whistle. I think it's going to go out of Phipps. That'll be a second quick one.
Went over the back on. I think Clark had a nice box out, and Hoffman did a good job of also boxing. They almost had a double box down. He went right over Clark. So yeah, it's going to be his second.
We've got a whistle. They had the ball in bounds already, but Harrisburg wants to sub. So they get Phipps off the floor, and Connor Coleman comes in. Didn't give up any size, 6'6" junior for a 6'6" senior. This is a tall team.
Must be rough.
Yeah, no kidding. We've got a little delay in action for whatever reason. The Bobcats finally get it inbounds. Clark will bring it across. Center court, man-to-man for the Tigers. Pass right wing for Moret. He goes top of the key for Lease. He's going to hoist. No good, just off the front of the rim. Rebound is fought for, saved in by Hoffman. Lease chases it down. Hoffman, good hustle play. Moret now has it. Goes in the lane to Smith, who's wide open. He took it up and let it go a little early to avoid the block from the 6'6" Connor Coleman, and got it up and in off the board. Nice play by Smith. Right baseline drive by Feldy. He goes in the backcourt now for Merriman. Merriman goes top of the key for Jordan. Merriman dribbles to the corner, goes to Jordan, on the top of the key. Feldy goes right wing for Jordan. Jordan drops it in for number 22, Coleman. And they get it into the backcourt for Merriman. Merriman crosses over. The free throw line gets it tipped away, stolen by Moret as the shot clock was running down. Now Smith has it. He bounces it up ahead to Moret. It's stolen away by Feldy, and Feldy now dribbles it up behind the back. Kicks it right corner. And going to Merriman now was Jordan. With Jordan top of the key, left wing pass, they go for Cody Brown. Now right side for Merriman. Merriman goes to Feldy. Inside a minute to play in the first. Right wing pass, they go for Coleman. Coleman goes cross court for Brown. To Feldy, back to Brown, back to Feldy. He goes above the right block, and that's Coleman. He kicks it left wing for Brown. Left corner three from the lefty, up and no good, in and out for Number 24, that is Merriman, and the Bobcats have it. They can basically hold for one. There's about a second differential, a little less. Shot clock, game clock. Background it is Austin Clark. I'll say thanks to First Bank and Trust. They're a proud sponsor of Bobcat Arts and Athletic Programs because they believe everyone should play hard and bank easy. Visit any of their 4 Brookings locations. Clark, the right side of the circle in the backcourt, inside 10 now on the clock. Ready to make a move, crosses over against Feldy, passes left wing for Lees, who pump fakes and won't get a shot off. Should have shot it immediately. Didn't get it off before the shot clock goes off, and somehow there's 1.2 up on the clock. May have miscalculated the difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's 1.2 left after the shot clock violation. Ian Jordan looks to get it in bounds and having a little trouble, finally gets it across court to Coleman. Coleman, a half-court shot before the buzzer off the left side of the backboard, no good. It will be a 1-point edge for the Tigers after 1 quarter of play, 11-10 here inside Bob Jostad Gym. Second quarter coming up in 60 seconds. It will be Brookings ball when we start that. Coming up next, you're listening to Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Experts in culture and everything with technology, orthopedic, and sports medicine. Make government as a better orthopedic.
Physical therapy. Your healthcare team includes Dr. John Snyder.
First Bank and Trust is a proud sponsor of Bobcat Arts and Athletic Programs because we believe everyone should play hard and bank easy. Visit any of our 4 locations.
Physicals and acupuncture.
Just don't get a
As a youth coach, probably a fellow Brookings High School to support Bobcat Arts students.
See the coach's hair getting grayer.
Hi, this is Jesse Davis, owner at Craft and Brookings, inviting you to come dine with us at Craft. We offer a full menu for lunch and dinner along with our daily happy hour, ladies' night, every Wednesday, most every Sunday. Hosting a special event, we can help with that too. Craft on the corner of 6th and Bavaria, Brookings.
Back on the Brookings Radio Sports Network, want to say thanks to Avera Orthopedics. Step up your game with Avera Orthopedics, the official sports medicine provider for the Brookings High School athletics. Make your move to Avera Orthopedics. Visit avera.org/orthopedics to learn more. Pass from Smith inside the lane is tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the Tigers. It will stay with the Bobcats. Bauman checks back in. Hoffman sits down for the Bobcats. That was just a forced pass into the lane.
And again, something I think we've said almost every game too. They work so hard to get it down low to Owen Burns. They just got to make sure that passes don't look like that one.
Stolen pass gets stolen by Detterman. He takes it up to the other end. He'll be fouled hard as he went up for the shot by Nathan Smith, who helps him up, saying no hard feelings. Still want to give you a layup. So going to the free throw for a couple is going to be Ethan Detterman, an 80% free throw shooter on the season. Averages just over 18.5 points per game as well. I have 2. 1-point lead for Harrisburg. Make it, stays a 1-point lead. I was assuming he was going to make that for some reason. I want to say thanks to Hy-Vee Food Store. They're proud to be a friend of Brookings High School and to support Bobcat athletic teams, fine arts programs, and student organizations. Second free throw is good. Conrad brings it across the timeline. Guarded by Feldy. Passes top of the key for Moret. Moret faces up, passes right wing for Bauman. Bauman loses the ball between his hands out of bounds right into the Harrisburg bench and back over to the Tigers.
And this right now is a time where some of these guys have to step up. You know, you've got Lease on the bench, Clark on the bench, kind of their go-to scorers. Conrad's in, but again, who's going to step up when those guys are out? Because if not, then that lead is just going to grow for Harrisburg. So some of these guys have to step up not only defensively, but also on the offensive end.
Detterman passes left side of the backcourt for Stansberry. He dribbles to the free throw line, passing the backcourt for Feldy, left wing for Merriman. Merriman dribbles. Leaves now for Detterman. Detterman dribbles, left baseline, gets by, and Moret got the shot to go high off the board, and he's fouled. That'll be 2 on Burns if it is. Now they're going to say Moret picked that one up. They were both there. So no break there as that's just the first on Moret. The shot went and it counted. 7 points on the night now for Ethan Detterman, who leads the way. Smith sits down. Back in Austin Clark. Nathan Detterman. Back at the free throw line, and he makes this one. It rolls around and drops. 5-point lead, largest of the night. Nathan Lease back in. Ben Moretz sits down. I want to say thanks to Kleitz Electric. They believe educational activities are an investment in our youth, and they're pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School. Conrad, pass right side of the backcourt, tipped away, but can't be saved. And tipping it away was Coleman, Connor Coleman, the 6'6 senior. Stays with the Bobcats. 7:03 to go in the first half. Bobcats trail by 5. Conrad gets it in, right, and it's tipped away again, this time by Merriman. The Bobcats getting a little sloppy with the basketball here.
Even on inbounds too, and again, it's a little tougher to maybe get them in, but still that's where you've got to maybe set a good screen or a screen or two, because the last 3 inbounds, I think it's either been tipped, if not thrown away. So small stuff like that, Brookings has to clean up here in the first half.
Conrad, inside 7 to go, leaves left wing for Lease. Pass right side, Conrad on the wing, he's going to hoist a 3, no good. Rebound, high rebound, comes down in the lane. That is for Knutson. Knutson up on the other end. Top of the key pass for Stansberry. Right corner to Merriman. Feldy in the right wing. He dribbles into the lane. Wraparound pass in the lane for Knutson. Knutson dribbles. Good defense by Owens, rather. And he passes in the corners for Feldy. In the backcourt, he goes for Detterman. Right side now in the backcourt for Stansberry. Down in the corner for Knutson. He loses it off his shoulder. Regains possession. And the pass is top of the key for Detterman. Back to Knutson on the right wing. He hoists the 3. He's wide open and knocks it down. 8-point lead for the Tigers. 6:15 to go. He was just left wide open.
Yeah, similar to the defense they had against Wolf, against Lennox that night, almost just telling him to shoot it. So again, maybe scouting report says he's not the greatest, but a nice stroke there from Knutson.
Right corner, Bauman leaves in the corner for Clark, who puts up a 3, hits the side of the backboard. Rebound tipped and then grabbed by Stansberry. Feldy goes all the way up ahead to a wide open Detterman for an easy bucket. He's got 10 now, does Detterman, and it's a 10-point lead for the Tigers. We'll get a timeout by the Bobcats to talk a few things over. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Timeouts are always brought to you by Brookings Engraving in downtown Brookings. You're listening to Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 6-8-10-0 run.
Exactly. So this right here is a big test for the Bobcats. It's still early, only the second quarter, but yes, you find yourself down 10. Harrisburg's been playing well, like we've seen. They're a very physical team. So right now, is Brookings going to stay in it? But Harrisburg, if they go on another small run, it's something we've seen the Bobcats do this year. It just takes themselves out of the game. So right now, still got plenty of time left before half. How can Brookings chip away at this 10-point lead that Harrisburg has?
That's, I think, why Rohrbach, head coach David Rohrbach, called the timeout. Wants to stem that bleeding and come up with a plan to get a bucket on this trip. Right corner, Conrad dribbling. Gets cut off by Feldy. Now he dribbles into the backcourt. Started by Knutson. Passes right corner for Lease. Lease holds now. Looks inside. We're going to get a whistle. And Feldy, just trying to not give up too much ground, and since he's given up too many inches against Owen Burns, picks up the foul. Probably a good one. So if they were able to get it into Burns, he would have had a pretty easy bucket. So the first one on Feldy. Third on the Tigers. Right wing, Bauman. Puts inside, goes top of keeper, Conrad. It's a pick from Lease. He dribbles to the left wing. Picks it up, pulls up from 18. No good. Burns with the offensive board on the weak side. Dribbles as Knutson went by on a pump fake, and Burns has an easy bucket. That's a big one for the Bobcats.
Much needed.
Left side of the backcourt, it is Detterman. He goes right wing for Merriman. Merriman dribbles into the lane, kicks it in the corner. And that is for Detterman. Go around the horn, right side Knutson. Top of the key, Merriman dribbles down the left side of the lane, throws up a tough shot, no good. And the Bobcats couldn't come up with the rebound. The putback, no good. for Van Bakeren, and the second rebound by Lease. Now Clark has it, bringing it up for the Bobcats. Bobcats narrowly miss a bucket there on the defensive end. Lease from 26 feet, left wing, knocks it down from deep, and the Bobcats cut it to 5 quickly. Second 3 of the night for Lease. He's got 8. Left wing Knutson leaves in the backcourt for Detterman. Dribble top of the key. Now he goes for Merriman. Left wing Knutson left wide open again. No good. We got lucky on that one as the rebound comes down weak side for Clark. They're just leaving him open.
And it doesn't look like a bad shot. You know, sometimes you might, again, scouting report, you might watch him, but I mean, Knutson looks like he's got a nice shot, but again, they need that presence from Burns down low. Nice take there by Lease, and they're going to count it.
Conrad drove right from the right wing into the lane, wraparound pass to Lease, who puts it up and in off the board and is fouled. From the middle line to try to finish it off from the stripe. Yeah, 29% is Knutson on the year from 3-point line, so maybe they're looking at that number, but it's not awful.
Not at all.
And he looks comfortable shooting those.
Exactly. But again, they need Burns down low with the size that they have, so maybe it's one of those things you take your chances, and if Knutson were to hit on a couple, but 1 for 2, so I guess by now they'll keep living with it until he starts to heat up.
Bobcats on a 7-0 run themselves. 83% free throw shooter Lease, and he misses the free throw. 20-17. In the backcourt, Feldy on the other end. Goes right side on the wing for Van Bakeren. Now to Merriman. Top of the key for Stansberry. Stansberry right side for Van Bakeren. Down above the right block for Merriman. Merriman dribbles, drops it off to his teammate Stansberry, who goes reverse layup. He was left alone in the lane. He'll have a bucket and extends the lead back to 5 for Harrisburg. Conrad passes right wing for Lease. Lease holds, gives off for Clark. Now Clark left open from 23 feet. In and out, no good. Board grabbed by Merriman. Merriman brings it up, passes up left side now for Feldy. Feldy dribbles past Lease, got himself caught in the air, pass in the lane, was contended by Burns and stolen away by Conrad. Conrad now up on the other end. Lease, a 23-footer from straight away, nothing but net. For Nathan Lease, his third 3 of the game. He's got 11. And he cuts the lead to 2. He's got 13. I forgot about that last bucket.
And he's going to have to keep shooting, just keeping Brookings in this game. Again, similar to the night Clark had against Lennox. As he Lease gets the steal there, we'll see him go coast to coast.
Lease up on the other end after the steal, the pass in the backcourt. Now his pass is tipped, and coming away with it is going to be number 24. That is Merriman. Merriman goes left wing. They pass it to Detterman. 3 is no good. Rebound comes down to Merriman. Merriman dribbles into the lane, spins between 2 defenders, and puts it up in and off the window. Big move by Merriman. It's back to a 4-point lead. Getting up those offensive boards here. It was turnovers early that were hurting the Bobcats. Now some offensive boards. Clark right side of the backcourt, guarded by Burns. Gets a pick now, dribbles toward the right corner. Back to Burns on the pick and roll. Burns loses the ball, regains it, gives it to Clark. Clark dribbles out in the backcourt, pass left side. Moret pump fakes, dribbles, now left elbow down the left side of the lane. Gets it tipped away. He scoops it in the backcourt for Conrad. 5 on the shot clock. Conrad down in the corner for Moret. He pump fakes. Now Moret dribbles and loses it off his foot out of bounds. Back over to Harrisburg. Moret is upset with himself.
And again, like we saw before the first quarter, possessions right there. You like the patience that Brookings does have. It's been working. You've got some open looks from Lease and from Clark, down low to Burns, but it's the ones like that where you're seconds left on the shot clock. You need a shot, but then you end up turning it over. And we saw it in the first quarter. They didn't even get a shot. So those are the turnovers that really hurt the Bobcats.
Stansberry in the backcourt, and they get into the left corner for Van Bakeren, top of the key to Merriman, right wing for Knutson. Back to Merriman in the backcourt, top of the key for Detterman. Detterman dribbles to the left elbow, picks it up now, pivots and looks in the backcourt, finally gets it for Stansberry. Stansberry gets it tipped away by his own player. He trying to, that was kind of an awkward, like he was going to hand it off, and it just goes off his teammate out of bounds. Back over to the Bobcats. That was weird.
A little ping pong action.
Conrad left wing for Moret. Moret's going to put up a 3 from the left wing. Nothing but net for Ben Moret. He's got the Bobcats to within 1. Not a shot that a coach would tell you to take, but if it goes in, you get away with it. Right wing on the other end. Detterman going to put up a 3. He's left open. He knocks one down. And it's back to a 4-point lead. 1:20 to play here in the first half. Conrad dribbles to the top of the key, right wing for Lease. He pump fakes, dribbles to the elbow in the backcourt to Moret. He goes left wing pass. Now Conrad. Conrad dribbles, goes right side Lease. He pump fakes again. Now he'll kick it left wing. 3 for Conrad is no good. Rebound comes down for Stansberry. He'll dribble it up. Stansberry puts it up, goes left side for Merriman. Merriman goes to Knutson. Back to Merriman. Merriman dribbling. And got himself caught in the air, almost in a bad pass, but Knudsen rather, saw it in time, and they left him open from the corner again. Another player, that's Parker Stansberry, knocking down a three. And there's no...
Not even available.
Yeah, just no...
Maybe that was his first through the year.
It could be. I didn't find one on him. But he looked comfortable doing it, so I think they should probably think twice about leaving him open again. Left wing now, and dribbling to the block area. Turnaround jump hook is good for Nathan Lease. He's got 15. And we're at 20 seconds to play. A 5-point lead for Harrisburg. Harrisburg in the backcourt. It is Detterman. Detterman the right side for Knudsen. Knudsen dribbles. 10 on the clock. He goes left side for Merriman. Now he goes for Detterman. Detterman dribbling out in the backcourt. Pass left side. A three for Merriman is going to be no good. Rebounded by Moret. And he's going to throw it down to the other end. Desperation time just before the buzzer. No good. Before we go to our halftime, I want to say thanks to 3M Brookings. They're pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School, dedicated to science and exploration. 3M Brookings works to improve your everyday life and ensures you are never more than 10 feet away from 3M technology. Good luck, Bobcats. I also want to say thanks to Century Business Products in Kyocera, your winning combination for the best copiers and printers in the area. They are proud supporters of Bobcats athletics. Go to CBP now and see how they are powering business technology. So at half, the Bobcats trail by 5, 30-25 to Harrisburg. We will take a 4-minute break. We'll have stats for you when we come back. You're listening to Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Brookings Basketball Association 4th grade boys in the court. These Bobcat athletes practice twice a week and play in both league and tournaments. They are coached by Greg Lowen, Zach Bartles, Tim Lease, and Gavin Miller. The t-shirts being handed out now are sponsored by the Brookings Bobcats. The Brookings Bobcat Backers. Please consider joining the Bobcat Backers. The Backers help provide financial support to the Bobcat athletic teams. They provide scholarships, help with state tournaments, support future Bobcat athletes, and assist in providing funds to help with facility upgrades and other athletic needs. You can visit the Bobcat Backers website at www.bobcatbackers.com. Starting lineup for the second half, the Tigers are number 2, number 11, number 5, Ryan Brown, number 10, Sam Conrad, 11, Owen Burns, 22, Nathan Reese.
Phone there, got to reattach it. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction, Anderson Insurance, Central Bank, Brookings Chiropractic, Stony Brook, Brookings Health System, Kubota, Dakota Bank, Siouxland Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, and Avera. Start of the second half, Harrisburg ball. Knutson in the backcourt, goes left corner for Van Bachman. He drops it all the way down from the left wing in the right side of the lane to a wide open Cam Phipps for an easy bucket. Tigers had that drawn up at halftime.
We didn't see a lot of Phipps during the first half. He had those 2 quick fouls, and he's a big guy. So, again, look to maybe use more of him here in the second half until he gets into foul trouble.
Lease trying to bounce it into Burns, gets it to him in the left block area against Van Bachman, giving up some size. A little turnaround jump hook. Goes for Burns. Patient move by Burns. Didn't look in a hurry. Got it to go. Cuts it back to 5. Knutson goes left corner for Merriman. Merriman dribbles onto the wing. Into the backcourt for Van Bachman. Right side, Knutson looks to lob it in for Phipps. Nothing there. And goes top of the key, and a quick 3 is up and no good for Detterman. Rebounded by Clark. He'll press up left side for Lease. Lease on the left wing. Dribbles into the front court. Going to get bumped, and they'll call a little touchy foul. The Bobcats will take it.
Yeah,
a little quick rolling of the eyes by Max Knutson. Max Knutson, rather. He gets tagged with a foul. That'll be his first. Conrad underneath. He looks to inbound. He gets it left wing for Bauman. Top of the key for Conrad to start the offense. Conrad looking in. Goes over, looking at the corner, tipped away again. And they've been doing that a lot tonight. Jacoby Merriman got his hand on it again.
And again, when you're 6'3", 6'5", 6'4", you probably got a good wingspan. But like you said, a lot of tipped passes tonight, which again could have resulted in more turnovers than Brookings would have hoped for. So and that's just going to be one right there.
Dribbling to the baseline, loses his footing, was hoping for a foul call, but he just loses the ball out of bounds. It will go back over to Harrisburg. Didn't like the no call. He had just gotten one kind of touchy before that, so maybe the refs are making up for that one. Right wing, Knutson goes in the backcourt for Detterman. He'll swing it left side for Merriman. He drops it in for Phipps outside the left block. Dribbling against Burns. He'll go into the baseline. And going baseline is Knutson, who goes reverse layup from the right baseline into the left side of the lane and gets it to go off the back of the rim. 7-point lead for Harrisburg. Clark now in the right corner, in the right wing rather, dribbling into the backcourt. He'll hand off for Conrad. Conrad dribbles and gives for Lease as they weave out top. Pass right hash. Clark lobs it in for Lease inside the right elbow, dribbling, spins down the right side of the lane, throws up a tough shot over two defenders, no good. Rebound tapped out, now grabbed by Van Bakker, and he'll bring it up. He bounced it in the lane as he loses his footing, and Conrad steals it. Up ahead to Lease. Lease takes it up into the lane. Pump fakes, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Burns. He gets it swiped away from behind by Detterman, and Detterman steals it after the block. He'll dribble it across the timeline, now picks it up out near half court. Outed by Conrad. He gets it to Phipps, now to Merriman. Right wing, Knutson. Knutson goes top of the key for Detterman. Left wing, swing for Merriman. Out top of the key, Van Bakker on a deep three. Air ball, out of bounds. We're going to get a whistle, though. It is a foul on the rebound attempt.
Phipps, I think.
I think it is. That'll be 3 on Phipps. If it is, I think it is. He was behind Burns. Burns showing appreciation for the call immediately, saying, yeah, he did push me. Good call.
And Burns is a big guy too, so I think if Burns is getting pushed around then.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, you got to be doing some pushing if you're moving.
he's no waif himself. Pass left side of the backcourt. Did it get tipped? It might have gotten tipped by both players. As Merriman, I thought, got a hand on it. Conrad must have as well. It'll go back over to Harrisburg. Again, those turnovers for the Bobcats. Merriman passes left wing for Van Bakken. He's going to bounce it in. He tried to for Phipps, but it's tipped away by Bauman. Nice defense for the Bobcats. Turnabout is fair play. You start tipping our passes, we'll tip yours. How do you feel about it? Pass in the backcourt. Phipps still in the game. He gets it left lane for Merriman. Back to Phipps. Phipps dribbles, looks back door, and faking him out was his own player, Merriman, who jab stepped to go back door, and Phipps threw it, but Merriman didn't actually go back.
It's always hard as the passer too. I mean, because Phipps saw it, and he saw it would have been an open layup. It's one of those things where the guy, like you said, just kind of fakes you out, and then you're the one that looks like you don't know what you're doing.
Looks like if you would have kept going, it would have worked out. Bauman now, his pass tipped and stolen in the backcourt by Merriman. He dribbles up to the other end, drops it in the lane for Knutson, who pump fakes, gets Bauman in the air, and then puts it up and in off the board as he's fouled by Bauman.
And right there, like you said, turnovers. It's one thing, to have turnovers are never good, obviously, but when they result in fast break layups and now a chance for a three-point play, this is something that Brookings has to do a better job of. One, not turning the ball over, but if they do, limit it to how Harrisburg responds, again, converts on the free throw, giving them a 10-point lead now here in third.
Knutson, a 71% free throw shooter. He's got 8 on the night, and it's a tie for the largest lead of the night for Harrisburg. Lease loses it in the backcourt, picks it up, goes right wing now for Conrad. Conrad cross-court all the way in the left corner for Clark. Clark dribbles baseline, and he kicks it out top of the key for Conrad. Conrad, crossover dribble, goes in the corner for Lease. Lease dribbles baseline, double team, throws up a fall away, and gets it to fall in. Hit the weak side rim and somehow hung on and fell back through. Back to an 8-point lead, 17 for Lease.
It's a home bounce right there.
There you go. Right wing, 3 up, and it's going to go. Speaking of the hometown bounce, maybe that doesn't exist, as the visiting team just got a big one. Hit the right side of the rim, then off the board and through for Knutson. He's got 8. Right wing Lease down in the corner for Conrad. Conrad bounces it in for Lease, right block area. He dribbles, turnaround jump hook, goes in the lane for Lease. Strong move. He's got 19 and a quick timeout by Brookings after the bucket. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Timeouts are always brought to you by Brookings Engraving in downtown Brookings. We've got 3:57 to go in the third. That bucket by Lease cut it to 9. Back in the sixth position. We want to say thanks to Avera Medical. They provide state-of-the-art medical care through highly trained physicians, experienced professional staff, and access to the entire Avera system. You said this, I think, off the air during the halftime break. Looking at Brookings, this does not look like a 1-9 team. So it does seem like they've turned some sort of a corner. Now the next step is to start winning.
Exactly, yeah.
But they look like they belong in this game.
They do, and it was the same thing against Lennox, and like we said too, against Huron and O'Gorman. I know the end result, if you just look at the score, but it's like they were in those games as well. And I know, like you said, when you were out west against those Rapid teams, so they have what it takes. But this is a team that they need to come and play all 4 quarters. They're not ones that can get away with maybe playing well 2 of the 4 or 3 of the 4. If they want to now get on this winning streak, it's got to be all 4 quarters. So again, they've got 350 here in the 3rd, and then they got to work hard in the 4th because you're only down 9. You're still in the game, but like I said, they can't have an off quarter.
Phipps in the corner, double team pass, tipped away, stripped away by Lease and out of bounds, and will stay with Harrisburg. And so thanks to First Bank and Trust, they're a proud sponsor of Bobcat Arts and Athletic Programs because they believe everyone should play hard and bank easy. Visit any of their 4 Brookings locations. Dropped into the lane by Detterman to Phipps. He goes cross-court right wing for Stansberry. Down in the corner for Van Bakker, and he's going to drive the baseline after he pump faked and got Nathan Smith to fly by. He's getting the blocking foul call on Nathan Lease. And he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. Van Bakker, first on Lease. And Bakker, a 68% free throw shooter. He hits the first one here. I want to say thanks to Avera Orthopedics. Step up your game with Avera Orthopedics, the official sports medicine provider for Brookings High School Athletics. Experts support your every move with technology, orthopedic care, and sports medicine. Make your move to Avera Orthopedics. Visit avera.org/orthopedics to learn more. Free throw no good. Offensive rebound, though, and Van Bakker misses the free throw. Another offensive rebound. And that one is going to be by Detterman. Now we've got a shot clock. Should have been a timeout. They didn't reset it all the way. Looks like they've got it up to 32 now. Did the math on how much ran off.
Offensive rebounds, like you just said, not 1 but 2 here. And again, you're down 10. Those extra possessions are just going to be costly here if Harrisburg capitalizes.
Phipps in the lane, turn around, jump hook, no good. Rebound by Clark. He'll bring it up to the other end. He's going to dribble right and lead for Nathan Lease. Lease goes left side in the wing for Moret. He goes in for Hoffman. I think they're going to get bailed out here as Phipps tipped that out of bounds. It was an errant pass. Phipps just didn't see it because he was behind Hoffman, and it went off of his hand out of bounds.
And again, not a bad idea to try and work it down low. Phipps does have 3 fouls, only has 4 points in the night, but he's just such a big body, both offensively and defensively. So,
left wing Lease picks it up, goes on the wing for Moret. Moret pump fakes, dribbles to the corner, goes out on the wing for Hoffman. Hoffman gonna hoist and hit over Phipps. Jackson Hoffman's first bucket of the night is a big one. Cuts the lead to 7. We've got 2:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. In the backcourt, right side now Stansberry. Directing traffic, goes for Van Bakker. Goes top of the key for Detterman. Detterman dribbling against Clark. They're going to get a ticky-tack foul out top against Clark. Probably technically a foul, but I don't know the need to call it. I want to say thanks to Hy-Vee Food Store. They're proud to be a friend of Brookings High School to support Bobcat athletic teams, fine arts programs, and student organizations. Detterman to inbound. He gets it in the backcourt for Merriman. 2.5 to play in the 3rd. Merriman gives back to Detterman. Now right side on the hash for Merriman. Top of the key for Van Bakker. Down in the corner. Detterman pump fakes, dribbles, gets double team, passes out on the wing for Stansberry. Top of the key, Van Bakker, and hoists the 3. No good. Long rebound tracked down by Clark. He'll dribble it up right side. Pass down in the corner for Moret. Out on the wing for Lease. Pump fakes. Dribbles to the right elbow. Pass on the right wing for Moret. Moret goes left wing for Clark. Clark faces up. We're going to pick from Hoffman now. Chooses not to use it. Pass down in the corner. Smith hoists. And no good on the 3. Rebound by Hoffman. He goes to the floor. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Rohrbach. So to avoid a travel and a turnover. So the Bobcats will have the ball after the timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Timeouts are always brought to you by Brookings Engraving in downtown Brookings. Bobcats trail by 7 with 1:58 to go. Heads up timeout by Coach Rohrbach. I want to say thanks to Kleitz Electric. They believe educational activities are an investment in our youth, and they're pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School. Coach Rohrbach right on top of that one. Like, we want this possession.
And that's something, too, Jackson Hoffman does such a good job of. He's just a guy that's going to go after every ball. Doesn't matter if he's going to have to jump over the bench or whatnot. He is just a guy that's always giving 110%. And we saw it, too, in the football field. I think that's just his type of mentality. He is a team guy. He's not, I mean, he hit big three here in the third quarter as well, and a big offensive rebound there too. So you just love to see him always working on both ends of the floor.
Get the feeling a game of checkers could get physical with him.
Yeah,
that's kind of the way he is. He went up hard for that rebound and
came down
hard.
hard,
Went to the floor hard. So Conrad gets it in the corner for Moret. Right in the backcourt, left side for Conrad. Conrad dribbles, goes cross-court in the corner for Hoffman, has to save it in for Smith in the backcourt. Smith dribbles, goes to Conrad. Bottom of the circle. Pass left wing on left hash to Moret. He's going to lob it in, a forced pass, stolen away by the Tigers. Up on the other end, that was Knutson who got the steal. Now it's Feldy down in the corner for Detterman to Fieldy. Right side, Knutson on the wing. They're leaving him wide open. He's not shooting right now. Swept away in the backcourt. Pass right side in the backcourt, tipped away by Hoffman. He's guarding Maddox Plack hard. That's Maddox Plack's first minutes of the night here in the second half. Feldy on the right wing, guarded by Smith. Top of the key goes for Merriman. Merriman bounces it in for Detterman on the entry pass. We're going to get a foul as the ball went out of bounds. It's because somebody, it looks like, must have held.
Yeah, Conrad.
Looks like Conrad picks it up, yeah. I'm wondering why nobody came to the ball. Nobody was grabbing onto his jersey. First one on Conrad, fourth for the Bobcats here in the second half. Spinning and double teamed is Detterman. Nice help on the defense by Burns. He goes into the backcourt for Feldy. Right side, Knutson is going to shoot this one, and he knocks it down again. He is just wide open. There isn't a defender within 4 feet of him.
Like we said, he's got a nice shot, but looking at that last possession, again, they were trying to back down Conrad where Burns was much needed to help. But still, with the shot that Knutson has, you'd think you'd at least maybe close out a little bit and try and contest, because it's a pretty shot.
Smith got himself in trouble on the baseline, got himself caught in the air after getting a dead dribble. He gets his pass stolen up on the other end. They give it to Feldy. Did Feldy put that in? Feldy's got his first bucket.
Yes, yep.
He's the one who ended up with it. And he'll have the Tigers up by the largest margin of the night, 12. And Moret swept the ball through, got it tipped by the defender Merriman, and then took an extra step, and he'll travel and give it back to the Tigers. 26.6 to play in this third quarter. Moret and Smith sit down, as well as Hoffman. Back in is going to be Bauman, Lease, and Clark. The shot clock is off. Tigers can play for one if they would like. Detterman, top of the key, dribbles. Bounces it into the front court, tipped away by Bauman, and coming away with the steal is going to be Conrad. Up ahead to Clark. Clark on the left wing, picks it up to Conrad in the backcourt. 10 to play in the third. Conrad gets a pick from Lease. Dribbles, goes back to Lease on the left wing. He passes it down in the corner for Bauman, who pump fakes. He'll dribble baseline. Took it up hard, no call on the contact. And then the rebound, and Max Knutson will dribble it out. That'll be the end of the third quarter. A little bit of an awkward end to quarter number 3, but it is going to be a 12-point lead for the Tigers, 46-34. We'll be back to the fourth quarter in 60 seconds, and we'll be Bobcats ball to start the fourth quarter. You're listening to Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
First Name and Trust is now sponsor of Bobcat Arts and Athletic Program, because we believe everyone should play hard and play easy.
On defense,
It
on
was.
a post by Lease, and then a nice pass by Phipps out top. And a knockdown from Trey by Knutson. He's got 14 on the night. 4 threes, I believe. Right wing, Conrad goes top of the key. Left side, Clark gonna hoist a quick three. Knocks it in, wanted the foul call against Van Bakker, doesn't get it. But the tray goes for Clark, he cuts it back to 12, 6.5 to go. First bucket on the night for Clark. Left corner, Knutson.
He got it on Phipps.
Phipps is going to pick up his 4th foul. We don't usually see Owen Burns getting muscled around like that. See Burns knocking people down in the lane once in a while. He's usually not the one on the floor, but Phipps picks up his 4th. It's a big one for the Bobcats, too, as they're down by a dozen.
And again, that's just those two working extremely hard. Phipps trying to get position. You can see both their arms were kind of interlocked, but I think Phipps, when he tried to turn on that last one, again, if Burns sold it, excellent job. But again, he's a rather big guy, so I'm sure Phipps maybe did throw him a little harder, but still, nonetheless, I think when you see a guy like Burns on the ground, most refs are going to assume excessive force with the foul.
And Clark dribbles in from the left wing. He'll be fouled. Stansberry placed Phipps on the floor with those 4 fouls. Merriman sat down as well, and back out there is Detterman for the Tigers. Conrad will inbound underneath, goes left wing for Burns in the backcourt for Clark. Back to Conrad, who dribbles in, 18-foot jumper, knocks it down like you said last game. He loves that little dribble jumper from 18 feet on the wing. Cuts it back to 10. Detterman now crosses over, spins in the lane all the way to the bucket, throws up a tough runner, falls off the right side of the rim, no good, but he'll be fouled and head to the stripe. Foul's going to go on Lease. He's on the shot, so Detterman steps to the stripe. 80% free throw shooter. Averages just over 18.5 per game. Make it an 11-point lead with the first free throw. And he will, nothing but net. I want to say thanks to 3M Brookings. They're pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School, dedicated to science and exploration. 3M Brookings works to improve your everyday life and ensures you are never more than 10 feet away from 3M technology. Good luck, Bobcats. Both free throws, good. It'll be 51-39. Ben Moret back in. Bauman sitting down. Conrad will bring the ball up for the Bobcats, trailing by a dozen, inside 6 to play. Elise has it in the backcourt. Now he dribbles and leaves for Conrad. Left wing pass, Moret. Looking to lob it in for Burns and didn't have good position. In the backcourt he goes for Clark. Clark leaves for Conrad. Conrad dribbles to the wing, spins into the lane. Pass cross court is tipped away by Detterman, intended for Moret. Goes out of bounds with 16 to shoot for the Bobcats. And they'll inbound in the corner here, right by their bench. Lease will inbound. He looks in. Now he gets it in the backcourt for Conrad, who has to chase it down out near half court. That's left wing for Lease. Lobs it in for Burns. Left baseline a little too tall and tipped out of bounds by Knutson. It'll stay with the Bobcats. They'll have just 10 to shoot. Good position on the front side, just a bit of a high pass from Lease on the wing.
And I think the passes down low to Burns, we've seen almost any type of pass, whether it's a lob pass, a bounce pass, a chest pass. I mean, they'd love to try and get it down low. And again, kind of saved there from the tip to keep the ball here and see if they can get a shot up here.
Pass is tipped and saved in by Van Bakker, and now it ends up with Ben Moret dribbling in on the left wing, pulling up from 15 is Lease, left it short, air ball, and it'll go back over to the Tigers as the shot clock goes off. Shot clock violation for the Bobcats. A bit of a chaotic possession for Brookings. Van Bakker gives back to Feldy. Feldy dribbles on the right side of the lane, hesitation dribble, takes it up against Burns. Burns thought he got all ball, might have got him with the body. And it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Feldy. Braden Feldy. I don't believe he shot a free throw this season.
Until tonight.
And there's one. No good from off the front of the rim. I couldn't find a percentage anywhere for him anyway. I want to say thanks to Century Business Products and Kyocera. They're your winning combination for the best copiers and printers in the area and are proud supporters of Bobcat Athletics. Go to CBP now and see how they are powering business technology. Second free throw is good for Feldy. Up on the other end, Clark dribbles to the right elbow. Picks it up, goes in the backcourt for Conrad. Conrad in the lane, loses the ball, stolen away by Feldy. Up ahead to Merriman. Merriman in the lane, gets it tipped away by Clark. Clark reached around though and gets the foul. It's going to be the 8th foul of the half for the Bobcats, so they're in the bonus. 1-1 coming up for Merriman. Jacoby Merriman, 6'4" junior, number 24, good player. 81% free throw shooter. He averages 15 points per game. First free throw is good. Second leading scorer on the team behind Ethan Detterman, who averages just over 18.5. Feldy sits down, Phipps back in with those 4 fouls. (53-39), 5:01 to go. Harrisburg with the lead. Now it's 54-39 as lefty Merriman hits both free throws. Inside 5 to play. Conrad, right wing pass, tipped away in the backcourt again.
A lot
out
of
of bounds.
passes.
And even though the Bobcats keep the possession, it just makes things disjointed on your possession.
It does, because we've also seen him struggle inbounding the ball tonight. So, I mean, you've had so many tipped passes out of bounds, but at the same time, we've seen turnovers resulted from the inbounds passes by Brookings. So, really, Harrisburg is doing a very good job tonight forcing those turnovers, whether it's on the steal or on the inbounds.
It starts to affect your confidence on easier passes as well. Lease goes back door to Moret. Runner is going to roll in over Phipps, who had to play it a little safe with those 4 fouls. Moret got the shot to fall. He cuts it to 13. Quickly on the other end, Van Bakken, a 3 from the corner, no good. Lease almost had the rebound tipped away. Clark comes away with it. He dribbles it up, scoops it right side of the lane for Conrad. Too strong on the layup, and the rebound comes down for Knutson. Knutson dribbles up to the other end. Drops it off right side. Easy bucket on the fast break for Ethan Detterman. He's got 20. Right wing now, Clark looks inside. Nothing there. Backcourt for Conrad. Left wing for Moret. Down in the corner now for Burns. Burns holds. Pass out on the wing for Lease. Lease for Burns down to the corner. Lease going to hoist a 3. No good. Weak side board by Detterman. Let it clear now and bring it up. 3:45 to play. 15-point lead. Harrisburg. And spinning left baseline is going to be Merriman. He's going to be fouled on the floor before the shot. That's going to be the 8th. That'll be the 8th foul of the half for the Bobcats. Still in the 1-1, but Merriman back to the line.
And again, that's where just those guys, they know they have that height advantage on guys like Conrad and Clark. So you could see Merriman got it down low right away, and he was going to do everything he could to back down Clark. Clark did his best, but it just kind of reached in on the arm. So again, when you have that size advantage, you're going to capitalize on it, and that's what Harrisburg's done here the last few possessions.
Timeout before the second free throw, full timeout. 57-41 Tigers with 3:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Timeouts are always brought to you by Brookings Engraving in downtown Brookings. You're listening to Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Please consider joining the Bobcat Athletes. The Tigers help provide financial support to the Bobcat athletic teams. They provide scholarships, help with tournaments, support future Bobcat athletes, and assist in providing funds to help with facility upgrades and other athletic needs. You can visit the Tigers website at www.bobcatathletes.org.
Was good for Van Bakken up on the other end, quickly off the steal on the other end. The free throw was good by Merriman, by the way. Knutson had the steal in the backcourt and quickly to the other end and lays it in off the board. As it's now a 19-point lead, largest of the night. Left corner, Clark a 3, no good. Rebound comes back out to the left corner. Detterman has it. He'll let it clear and bring it up. And as Harrisburg is going to bring in wholesale subs here at the next dead ball. Phipps, right baseline. Cross-court pass, left corner. Knutson, another wide open three. Left that one short. Long rebound. Tipped out in the backcourt by Detterman. Saved by Knutson from an over and back call. Detterman goes in the corner for Van Bakeren. Van Bakeren dribbles into traffic against 3 defenders and puts it in off the board. And now we're going to get a whistle and do some quick subs. 62-41 score. This fourth quarter, another run. This is kind of an inopportune time for the Bobcats. They were in this game until very recently. This became 21 pretty quickly.
They did, and again, we've seen them struggle shooting this quarter, and that's kind of been a concern they've had all year. Haven't really been bad shots, but it's just one of those things where, again, they're a team that can't afford to find themselves in a shooting slump, especially when Harrisburg's had that size and advantage down low here all night.
Lee's going to dribble and hoist a 3 off the backboard. No good. Air ball. Rebound comes down for Ian Jordan. He'll bring it up. He goes right side. Goes for Titan Tryon. Pass inside is tipped away, and grabbing it is number 21, Colin Coleman. Now in the backcourt is Tryon. He goes for Brown. Left baseline. It's taken away from Coleman by Lease. Lease up on the other end. He goes right side for Bauman. Bauman in the lane, takes it up, and too strong on the shot. Rebound comes down for Ian Jordan. Up ahead, he gets it to Brown. Cody Brown dribbles right baseline, hangs in the air, and puts it in off the board. He's got his first bucket of the night. Does Brown. 64-41, Harrisburg. Clark dribbles to the left wing, down in the corner for Bauman, who was trying to cut back door, just got his hand on it, then off his foot out of bounds. Goes back over to Harrisburg. Connor Coleman. Sent to inbound. Titan Tryon. That's a good name. I'd trade with him.
Yeah.
I don't mind my name, but that one's better. Cody Brown drops it right baseline. Coleman dribbling, gets it cut off. Forces his way in the lane, kicks it out top of the key. A 3 is no good for Jordan. Rebound comes down for Skyberg. He gives for Nathan Smith. Smith brings it up, gets a pick from Hoffman, dribbles to the right wing. Backs off now. Behind the 3-point arc. Goes in the backcourt for Skyberg. Skyberg passes left wing for Bauman. Bauman going to hoist a 3 from the left wing. No good, weak side board. Cody Brown will bring it up left side as we approach a minute to play in this one. Brown in the backcourt for Coleman. Back to Brown in the left corner. He's going to hoist a 3. And air ball. Rebound saved in by Jordan. Gets it out to Tryon. Right wing 3 for him. Caught in front of the iron. No good. Smith with the board. He'll bring it up left side. And we'll get a whistle for some more subs. Time for Brookings. Coming in. Going to be
non-roster guys.
Peyton Stoll is number 52. And I'm going to have to look. Yeah, I don't know who these guys are.
23, Jonathan Kaler.
There we go. And 13 is the other. 43, sorry.
43, that looks like, 43, I don't have one. Unless it's Gavin Anderson. That's a freshman, though. I don't know.
Pass is stolen in the backcourt by Coleman. 40 seconds to play. Tryon, right wing. Tryon passes left side to Brown. Down in the corner for Coleman. He lobs it in for his twin brother, Colin Coleman. That's Connor Coleman to Colin Coleman. And Colin, jump hook in the lane goes. Both 6'6" seniors. Bobcats have the ball in the backcourt. Skyberg going to put up a deep 3, and no good off the front of the ring. Rebound by Colin Coleman, and the Tigers are going to dribble it out. 66-41 is going to be the final. In this one, the Bobcats fought well for a lot of the game. And down the stretch, Tigers stretched out the lead. It ends up 25. Wasn't that bad for most of the game. 66-41 the final. We'll take a 4-minute break, and we'll take a look at post-game stats with Alec Johnson coming up next. And later we'll talk with head coach of the Bobcats, David Rohrbach. You're listening to Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.